ACHIEVA is the largest nonprofit organization in southwestern Pennsylvania, providing a full spectrum of lifelong and comprehensive supports for individuals with disabilities and their families since 1951, and supporting more than 12,600 individuals with disabilities each year. Since 1980, ACHIEVA Home Care has been providing home and community supports to individuals of all ages with intellectual and developmental disabilities in Allegheny, Beaver, Westmoreland, and Washington County. ACHIEVA Home Care professionals strive to provide families with a program that works best for their loved ones, focusing on their specific needs. With more than 300,000 hours of support each year to almost 400 individuals with disabilities and their families, ACHIEVA Home Care is licensed by the Department of Health and is a member of the Pennsylvania Home Care Association. It is also regulated and monitored by Pennsylvania's Office of Developmental Programs and Allegheny County's Office of Intellectual Disabilities.
My name's Rose Warman, and I am the Program Director of the Home Care Program at ACHIEVA Supports. Home Care provides supports to people with disabilities in their home or in their community. It assists the individuals to grow and learn and be part of their community. We focus our supports on people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, but the ACHIEVA Home Care Program could provide supports to all individuals of all ages and all abilities. One of the things that I most admire about the caregivers who work for us is their dedication to the individuals and to the families that they support. All the families are very appreciative of the supports that they get from the caregivers. They get a break from the day-to-day activities that they deal with and caring for someone with a disability. And they also appreciate seeing that caregiver help their individual learn and grow and become a part of the community. One of the things that the home care team brings to families and individuals is that there are several of us in the home care program that are also parents of a child or a loved one with a disability. Whether that be a sibling, a son or a daughter, we have the familiarity of people working for us in our own homes, caring for our loved ones with a disability. And that brings us some insight into the type of character that we're looking for in placing a caregiver in a home.
Home and Community Habilitation Services provides ongoing assistance to individuals for many everyday tasks, such as personal care, shopping, household maintenance, budgeting, and attendance at recreational and community events. Our focus is assisting the individual to improve and grow independently while considering the individual's preferences and interests in order to live life to the fullest. Habilitation supports can also be provided to groups of individuals who would like to spend time together socializing and enjoying their favorite activity in the community.
My name is Kristin Glass, and this is Mark's title, and we've known each other since 2007, when Mark was 12.
I basically assist Mark with almost all of his daily living activities, and we go into the community together. And when he wants to hang out with his friends, we go to the malls, movies, museums.
I don't need much help, but she does take me places. To me. My caretakers are there when I need them. I'm not being mean. I'm saying I'm independent and 17, but now school is starting.
Mark has several aides that come out to work with him, and has a couple of aides that work with him on a weekly basis for about a total of 10 hours, and 3 others who work with him on an occasional basis when he goes away to camp or some other special circumstances. So we have a total of 5 aides that are employed by ACHIEVA Home Care. Initially, Mark was able to have some home care services through his person-family directed waiver, and as soon as he was able to have that support, then we immediately signed up with ACHIEVA Home Care.
I think now that Mark is 17 and a senior in high school, he likes to get away from his parents. And he likes to do things with his friends, and it's nice for him to have someone else who can go places with him so he doesn't always feel like he has his mom or dad as a shadow. I think it helps Mark actually feel his age.
My husband and I have leisure time activities that are important to us. But our caretakers are people that we trust to be just like us in our absence. That when we leave him to the care of his caregivers, we never for a minute question whether he is in any danger, whether he is bored, whether he feels neglected or condescended to. We know that those individuals are treating him just the way that we treat him.
I think you have to be passionate about what you're doing and really love it and care about the person that you're working with. I think that's the most important thing. And I think everything else pretty much falls into place. Mark's my buddy. Like, we hang out, so it's not really, no, I really don't consider, I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but I don't really consider it work.
The employees of ACHIEVA Home Care have, a high level of compassion, a high level of understanding of what comfort is. You want to know that they really enjoy their interactions with your family member, truly enjoy them, not just pretend to enjoy them. And I see that in the people who work with Mark. I see their very sincere enjoyment of their profession.
Hi, my name is Almond. I'm the Home Care Program Manager here at the Arc of Westmoreland. Our program consists of home care providers that go out into the homes and community. Some of the service we provide are one-on-one habilitation, respite, and group habilitation. Today we're doing a group event. Some of the events that we do are we go to pirate games, the Westmoreland County Air Show. We have gone to the Westmoreland County Fair, the Smash Up Derby, concerts, dances. We do ceramics. Try to plan a lot of events that people would enjoy.
My name is Sean. I've been working with the ARC for about 3 months now. I started at the beginning of the summer. I worked in other fields where I could help people, but they were more fields where people didn't want help. It's nice to work somewhere where the people actually want you there. And I've always wanted to help people. So it was a natural fit for me.
Typical activities that we plan, I plan and organize bigger activities, but we also do everyday activities like bowling and movies, going to the park, having picnics, fishing, swimming, just going and hanging out.
So they want to be independent, and that's where we come in at. And that's the nice part, was they're not with their mom and dad all the time. They're by themselves with somebody who's supervising them, but they're able to make their own decisions, and that's the nice part of our job.
We go to see animals like the Pittsburgh Zoo, Living Treasures. We've been to Ohio Pow. We go to pirate games, and we have fun on them.
I like going out because it's part of my life. I like it so much. I like being with all the staff members from the ARC. The reason I like it is because I have a lot of family problems. It hurts.
You counsel, you talk to them when they're down, they're out. You have fun with them, and they become like your family.
I strongly encourage families to participate in the program because it gives our folks the opportunity to participate in their everyday lives and in our community. It also gives families a break for having to provide transportation to and from, and actually gives their children the opportunity to go out with their friends rather than they're hanging out with their families.
I love my family with all my heart, soul, strength, and mind, and I wouldn't trade them for the world.
Probably one of the most rewarding things is the excitement that you see on their faces when you go and do something with them. One of the main things I do is I go bowling with the people I take out a lot, and they always try and beat me. They beat me a couple times, but not very many. So it's a competition for them.
If we did not have people like Tara and these people here, our parents, our case management, the staff, none of us would be going anywhere.
On the best steps we have in this ARC on the best team ever for ACHIEVA.
Hi, my name's Nikki Henshaw, and these are my kids, Mikey and Tommy. This is an old picture. Mikey is now 13, and he has Prader-Willi syndrome. Our coordinator, Mary, found us Nancy, and she's amazing with Mikey. She would come every morning and help him get ready, and then when his bus schedule changed to earlier, she would start coming like in the afternoons or on the weekends. Nancy has come to Mikey's school functions just, on her own time, just because that's the kind of bond that they formed. And I really don't know what we would have done without services from ACHIEVA, because, with all of Mikey's issues, especially around the food, we couldn't just trust him with anybody. I work full-time, Brian works all different hours, and we're so grateful for the service because people get trained, they read the literature on Prader-Willi, so it's great to have people who know Mikey and who've been working with Mikey for years. We'd be stuck. One of us wouldn't be able to work, or we'd have to be paying a lot of money out of pocket for someone to watch Mikey, and we're grateful that we don't have to do that.
Families as Caregivers provides families the opportunity to hire their relatives and/or siblings, friends, and even neighbors to provide respite care and/or habilitative supports to their loved ones with special needs. In these situations, ACHIEVA Home Care becomes the managing employer and coordinates the hiring of the caregiver and maintains employer-related tasks such as payroll, taxes, and workman's compensation. In addition, we ensure the employee meets all regulatory training requirements to provide supports.
My name is Stephanie Joemon. I'm John's sister-in-law, and I provide some assistance in caring for John's needs at home.
And I'm Al Joemon. I'm John's brother. We've been taking care of John since my parents died in the 1980s.
John doesn't need care so much as he needs some supervision. For example, John makes his own breakfast and he makes his own lunch. So we make sure that he has cereal, he likes cereal and milk, some kind of fruit for breakfast, and he can take care of that. But for actual cooking and meal planning, he really can't do that. So I do all of that. So I cook a meal for all of us, and that way he gets a regular hot meal every day.
And we provide his transportation. We also take care of all the financial matters to deal with the house and make sure that the house and everything about it is in good order. Now the question about whether we'd ever consider putting John in an institution or residential, it never really came up, because I don't feel that John would like that. I don't think it would be the best mix for John. John has lived in this house all his life. He's 68, and he's lived in this house his entire life. So this is his home. And I never felt that it would be fair to take John out of his house and his home and put him in some institution just because it would be more convenient. Well, we've known about ACHIEVA for a long time. Right after my father died, a neighbor lady whose son is mentally challenged gave us the name of the Allegheny East, and through Allegheny East, then we came to learn about ACHIEVA. You know, we got along just like any other two brothers would. It's just that John didn't go to public school. He had a tutor that my mother took him to during the day. But when I came home, you know, it was just like, I don't think it was any different from any other two brothers growing up together. Well, I think the whole idea is to work out your differences and try to help one another rather than just trying to eliminate responsibility. Take responsibility for one another. John helps us just like we help him. If it wasn't for, it's true, we help John, but John also does a lot for us. Like I was saying before, he cuts the grass, keeps the hedges trimmed, vacuums out the car. He does a lot. So we work together, and you don't look upon it as a chore, but it's just family working together. Everybody has needs. Special needs or ordinary needs, they're still needs. So you just kind of work things out. Each one helps the other one in whatever way you can. And I think with the home care, it just gives us a little extra opportunity to express our help.
Now, he's older than me. They're both nice to me. And I like to leave here with these two.
Hi, my name is Arlene. I'm a parent of a child with a disability. His name is Seth. He's 22 years old. He has cerebral palsy, microcephaly, severe intellectual disabilities. He has a seizure disorder. Seth is in bed about 24 hours a day. He's on a feeding tube. He requires constant care. I guess we started services when Seth was about 12 years old. We started with our first caregiver, and her name was Tanera. And Tanera was the best. She was with us for many years. And now we have Janine. Janine's been with us for about 8 years. She is, I consider her, Seth's second mom. And I wouldn't know what to do without my caregivers. They enabled me to go to work. They enabled me to have time for my family. Seth has HAB services. Janine comes Monday through Friday. She helps give him his bath. He gets a bed bath every day. She, hooks up his feeding. She gives him his meds. He goes to the doctor's appointments with us. I've even introduced her as his second mother at many of our appointments that we go to. It was very hard to leave him alone with so-called strangers, but in the end, it turned out to be the best thing I could have ever have done, because it had given us other people into our lives that that I would have never have had if it wasn't for them. And they love him as if he was their own child, which is really an awesome thing. Would I have thought I've come this far with Seth and people in my home? No, I would have never have thought that we would have gotten to this point. But like I say, without them, I don't know if I would have made it to this point, because they do help me maintain my sanity as long as, the care of my child, because they're in they're in it all the way, like as if Janine was his mother. So it's actually nice for me because I have somebody to share his days with. Because with a child with a disability like my son's, not many people understand the life that we live. And in Seth's world, we have lots of good days because he has such a wonderful sense of humor, and his laugh will make you laugh. And we have no idea what he's laughing at, but you will laugh along with him, as we all do when he starts. You have to have a great deal of compassion. You have to have love. You really have to have a lot of love. You have to have understanding. It's an awesome thing, It's given them a chance to be afraid of the unknown. I could understand because he was unknown to me. This whole world of disabilities was unknown until I received him. And it's a difficult life to live, but it's also very fulfilling. I wouldn't trade what I have for nothing. He's taught us all understanding, unconditional love. Like I said, he can make you smile when you think that that your world's at the end, and he'll laugh, and you'll laugh right with him. I think it's a wonderful field to be into. Their lives need to be touched by caring and understanding people. Like everybody's lives need to be touched by somebody who's caring and understanding.
Respite is a service that provides short-term relief for families providing care for a loved one with special needs at home. This time helps to reduce stress, and it gives families a chance to take care of themselves, rest and relax, and get a break from the day-to-day challenges that come from caring for someone with special needs. Respite can be provided in the individual's home or in one of our caregivers' home. These services are available on a 24-hour basis or short-term hourly shifts.
My name is Alicia, and this involves...
Well, I've been working for ACHIEVA for quite a number of years. In the past 2 years, I've been providing this respite service just for the fact that I missed the contact with an individual to be able to help them achieve some of their goals. So that's why I became a home care provider.
And I thought the atmosphere and the TV and how we sleep in our own room. And we like to be going out to the mall, and we like to go out to eat.
The difference between Alicia being in a respite center versus being here with me is that she does get individualized attention. I think part of it is she can speak her voice and not have to compete with anybody else. She's developed some relationships with my husband, who ends up entertaining her, and they've carried on a good conversation, so she's expanded that. My older children will come over to the house, and she knows my one daughter, but she's developed relationships with them, and they can carry on conversations and just really be in an environment where she can really expand her horizons.
I need help with my bath, and need help with my food situation, and mostly I can do things by myself, but I never do that before. I would like to be free of my mom. Sometimes I would like to be free.
I really think this is the best environment for her to have this relationship, because we have a relationship. It's not just a caregiving type of experience.
You see, I can tell her about everything. How come I'm feeling? I'm comfortable in here. It feels like home.
For over 30 years, the ACHIEVA Home Care program has built upon a strong foundation deeply rooted in the passion and dedication of parents who came together with a mission to ensure that their children with disabilities have the same chances in life that all children should be given. Through its cutting-edge line of supports and professional, caring staff, ACHIEVA Home Care has embraced the vision that one day people with disabilities will be able to fully participate in their communities. We are almost there.